Let me just check if I can see and hear myself, and then we will begin. Right. Hi, Madhuri. Good morning. You are there. All right, let's begin. So first of all, guys, welcome to another day, which is the last day of our 3-day abundance challenge. I have already sent in the schedule to each one of you so that you can, probably time yourself. I know it's Sunday. It's only one of the Sundays that you have to give to yourself. And I'm hoping that all of you are listening into the videos. Just one more thing, if you have missed out on, today is the 28th. The videos are going to be available in the group, as well as the YouTube links are only going to be active until the 1st of September. So, yeah, please make sure that you watch them, you have made your notes, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, 1st of September, is that the right day that I'm saying? Yeah, until the 1st of September. So we still have 4 more days to go through 3 days content. All right. Now, let's begin our day for today. We're going to focus on money, finances. For finances, we have Dr. Preeti Batra, who is an amazing person. She also teaches finance. She's a professor, and she also teaches finance when it comes to the students in the college and MBA students and so on. So she's going to cover a lot when it comes to finances, as to how to handle the money, what are different ways of doing so. And then let's also talk about business and the business mindset. Okay. Now I know there are a few of you here who are already working, and you're working with someone or for someone. Let me say this very clearly to the point, and that is this: when I say entrepreneurship, I am talking about the mindset of entrepreneurship, which I believe each and every one of us needs, irrelevant of what we're actually doing in our life. Because having a business mind, okay, in Hindi we say we have saik dimag, okay, is what helps you grow. It helps you multiply what you already have, and therefore do not put this off thinking, oh, this is for entrepreneurs. It is about having an entrepreneurial mindset. And I personally believe that each one of us in life needs to have that mindset, even if you're a homemaker, because you do get a certain amount of resources every month that you need to take care of your home for, and that also needs an entrepreneurial mindset. That also needs a mindset which understands and knows growth. Okay, so please do not disregard it without listening to it. And I've seen that happen in the past, and therefore I'm sharing that. All right. Now let's talk about your relationship with money. Let me ask you straight outright, what does that really look like? What does your relationship with money look like? Okay. When we think, okay, again, one of the reasons why many of us or people like us have struggled in the past to ask money while we know that we are worth it and we want to ask for it is because of the way we communicate about it. Now, how many of you have heard the term ask and you shall receive? And then there is that question: if I'm asking, why am I not getting it? I have been asking for the money, I've been asking for this, that, and I don't see it coming in. So there is no other way but hard work, and that's the only way I will get it. Okay. It's natural to think that. It is also because that's the conditioning that we have had. Okay. Most of us have been brought up that unless you've done hard work, you're not getting any money. And if you get any money by fluke, which means if you win it or so on and so forth, it may have the blah, 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 some karma associated with it. So let me get a few things out of picture here. One, your karma is only there to guide you and not to punish you. Okay, it allows you to, or reminds you to not make a mistake that you have already made in the past, but rather learn from it and move forward. Okay, stop blaming the karma. One of the reasons why most of us blame for or give all the reasons or excuses is because the beauty about blames, excuses, and reasons is that then you don't have to do anything about it. Literally in life, we just have two choices. We have choice number one, that is be lazy and do nothing about our life, or choice number two, do something about it. When we speak and give reasons, or when we talk about a problem over and over and over again, what we are really doing is we are living the problem over and over and over again. Where focus goes, energy flows. That is exactly what it means. And when we give reasons, we're telling our mind that, hey, dude, you don't need to do any work. He messed up, she messed up, life messed up. I was born in the wrong family. I didn't get this, that happened. Every time you're pointing out, there is no inner work happening. And then you wonder, why is it not coming to me? How is it that somebody else just thinks about it and prays for it and gets it? And why is it that I am praying, I am talking, I am conversing, I am asking, I'm doing everything that the book says, and it is still not happening and I'm still not getting it? The reason is because you're still not feeling it. Having an idea of having money is not going to let you spend money. You need to feel the money for you to be able to spend the money. So when you have an idea of, when I have money, what all will I do? It is not matching what your feelings are, and there is a disconnect right there. And when you ask, we say, right, ask and you shall receive, ask the universe, ask your clients, ask, and you still don't get it. And you're like, when I increase my prices, I don't really get participants. When I do that, or when I think that I want to do this, this does not happen. Listen to yourself. All we are doing and talking about is reasons and excuses. Okay. The only way we can grow abundance is by feeling the abundance in the first place. So it's time for us to reveal and ask ourselves, what are the beliefs that I hold when it comes to money? How do I speak, think, and feel about money? You may be saying that, hey, you know what? I want this X amount by this time, and I have to receive it, only then blah, blah, blah will happen. But when you're asking for it, you know within yourself, and you're already calculating different ways of how it is going to come in. And you're already thinking about logical reasoning of how that money should come. And if you're doing that, you're not in the space of receiving. As a child, how did you ask for things? Did you worry about how our mom and dad going to make sure that I get the toy that I want, or that ice cream that I want? And did mom earn the amount today? Not really, until you start getting understanding and you were told over and over again that money doesn't grow on trees and you can't keep asking for same thing again and again. You can only get a treat once in a week or once in a month. You didn't really care where it came from. You just asked what you wanted and waited, or did everything that you could to get it. It's the same thing when it comes to money or finances. Most of the times we are told to earn the money. Well, see the relationship very beautifully with you having a relationship with yourself, and therefore you having a relationship with money. If you believe that you need to earn money and you want to earn, $1 billion or $1 million, or you want to earn and become something which nobody in your family has done, those dreams are amazing and the ideas are already there. What is missing is you thinking that you want to earn it rather than attract it. Because to earn, what you're saying is you need to be worthy of the money that you're earning. And the worth comes from how you feel about yourself. And if you're already lacking self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, you see you yourself are getting into the way of attracting the funds, finances, money, or the comforts that you want. Now, I've been talking about money for so long, and I feel that, I don't know who's actually watching right now, but some of you are getting triggered by me using the word money all the time. But what about it is triggering you? What is making you feel uncomfortable? Ask yourself. Anything in life is received through the path of least resistance. And if you have this resistance within you, you're repelling against what needs to come. So when I say money, 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 what is triggering within you? What is that resistance that is holding you back? Now here's another thing, okay? The way we talk about learning new things and growing in our lives is the similar way we talk about money as well. Most of the times we want to learn how to earn money and we go for different courses, different ways of thinking how we can earn more money. That's what we've been brought up for as well, as a child. In college days, I still remember everything came down to, if you have good education, you'll earn more money. If you have good education, you'll have a better wife or a better husband. If you do this, you will have this. We have been taught and trained to earn when we are capable of attracting. And there are social proofs of so many people who have done it. Have you seen people who have not been educated and yet they probably have billions of dollars and they created that all by themselves? How did they do that? They didn't have anyone to teach them economics and finance. It is because they believed that they can and they had that connect. It's as simple as that. Can you build that connect? Yes. But for that, you need to be, again, this is where we go back to emotions. Okay. What do you feel when you want to have what you want to have? Okay, and here's the thing, you may be like, honestly, I'm saying all right, but it's not happening. Here's the thing, if your focus somewhere in your subconscious mind is towards what you don't have, which means the funds that you don't have, you don't have the luxuries that come with it, and that is what you don't have, and that's why you want it, you are still focusing on what you don't have, and therefore you will get more of that. How? Very simple, because then you're only looking at challenges and you're not opening the doors of ideas, of freedom, of choices, which will open up if you shift from that space of not having to the space of having. How do I be in the space of having? There has been some time in your life when you have had what you really, really wanted. Just connect with that feeling as much as you can. And one of the most beautiful ways of connecting to that feeling is gratitude. Gratitude and giving are two simplest formula of having more. Anything that you want more in life is the one that you need to give a lot in your life as well. And it's not my law, it's the law of the universe. So if you are someone who wants children, then you want to donate and do more work towards children. If you want more money, you want to donate what you have so you can get more. Most cultures, okay, have a ritual of giving a tithe. A tithe is nothing but 10% of your earning. Now, when you have a salaried job, most of the times we choose to keep that 10%. Okay, so for example, if my payment is say 10,000 rupees, and I'm going by rupees right now, the 10% of that is $1,000. Of that $1,000, I will put that $1,000 aside and I'll actually just donate $100. That is not 10%. And we always wonder, what do I do? Who do I find? Hey, here's the thing. Where focus goes, energy flows. There are so many people that I get in touch with, and they would give me, dialogues like, I understand, Snehal, but I don't believe these organizations and institutions, and I don't believe in giving in temples. So I make sure that I save that and I'll give it the day I find the right organization. So the day you find that right organization, according to you, things will start working for you. Or you have a choice to believe that this amount, this money that I have will go to the right people and it will only do good in this universe. And you give it out when you receive it. And that is how it works. then you would find instant returns. Now, again, if you're giving with the tendency of, okay, if I give $100, I will get $1,000, and that is the expectation. If you're giving it with an expectation, understand expectations will ruin the returns, but appreciation will actually give you more returns. Okay. How to manage your money, as I said, I'm not going to talk about it because Dr. Preeti Batra is going to cover that in our next session at 11:30 a.m. Okay. But when it comes to money, okay, I should have kept my purse is right here. And let me show you a few things that you need to have with your money. Now, one another thing, and I know you're wondering, what am I talking about? Guys, this is very basic. I have seen men's wallets which have cards and which have bills. A bill that has been paid at a restaurant probably 4 months ago, and you still have it as a receipt in your pocket if you have expenses kept in the place where money is supposed to be kept. You know where the money is going, right? And it is about managing your funds. Okay. So when I'm talking about money for each one of us, it is our relationship with it. Okay. There's one experiment that happened. It wasn't a planned experiment. It just happened. Okay. We all were meeting for our NLP certificates, to be received. And there were, we were just talking about what are our successes since because the training happened, say, for example, in Jan, and we were meeting around in April. And, we all were discussing what changed in the last 3 months since we did the NLP. And everybody was talking about, it's become so easy for me to ask for what I wanted. I went for a job interview and then I just told them this is the salary I wanted. And they just, just said yes. And it worked out. And then there was another lady who spoke about, and I also started teaching classes, and I asked what I wanted, and many of them did pay me. I did not end up arguing, and it was easy for me to say no when someone said I can't pay you so much. Now, as we are doing that and we were listening to the story, we still could hear, okay, some resistances around money. Okay, so what the trainer did is she asked the two ladies who were there in the group to ask the rest of the group. Okay, no, one more person. So there was one more person who said that it's amazing how I can fight for the rights of others and my team members. So she was a team leader, and it was promotion time, as I said, March, April, right? So everyone is already doing their appraisals and so on. And she said, you know what, I actually fought for one of my reportees, and I told her, no, you have done this, and you should ask for a raise. And this is what, how you should speak. And I prepared them, and everybody got an amazing appraisal. And then we were like, okay, what about you? It's like, see, that's what it is. I don't know what happens when it comes to me. When I went in for an appraisal, I just said, okay, yeah, agreed. And I came back with a similar rating, and I didn't really, fight for it. So that's when the trainer said, you know what, 3 of you challenge, go ahead. And we were around good 13, 14 people in the room. Go ahead and ask money to anybody in this group. Choose one person, each one of you, and ask for money. Just tell them I need, and tell whatever amount you need. Okay. So the first one, the one who had challenges when it came to asking for her worth, for her appraisal, she walked up to somebody and asked, can I have $500? The person literally opened the wallet and gave her $500. Okay. The same thing with the other two. The other two did not take that high jump. One of them asked the other person 100 rupees. So she got 100. And there was the other person, say person 3, who asked for $100. And the person she asked $100 for decided to give her $200. Okay. Now look at the body language they had around money for that much time. So they were asked to ask for money for themselves. And then the trainer or the instructor said, keep the money in your wallet. They've given you, you asked for money and they gave you, right? Put it in the wallet. For the entire conversation, they literally held the money like this. They couldn't, or it took them at least half an hour to take this money, own it, and put it in the wallet. Two of them actually put the money in a separate section in the wallet. Okay. And did not put it with the rest of the money that they already had. Okay. One of them who got the $100, okay, offered the person who gave them $100, saying, because now she was supposed to keep the money in her wallet. She's like, okay, now what do I do? How do I return this? How can I take money from somebody? This is not happening, but I didn't earn it. It is not my money. It is her money. She gave it to me. So she offered her a coffee. She's like, whenever you're in town, we're going to meet and we're going to have coffee. The other person said, every time I'm in town, I'm going to make sure that I block you for those many days so that you can't call me and return by giving me a coffee. Okay, and now she didn't know what to do. And then again, she held the money like this in her hand for so long. She was not able to own it. That is the relationship we have with money. When people gift us, we try and put it separate. We want to keep it separate. We want that energy to go separate. But if you mix that energy of gift receiving with your regular funds, it actually would multiply because you're accepting. Money is nothing but energy. Most of the times you're not ready to accept it. Here's how the game went on a little more longer. The person who had asked $500, okay, she struggled a lot in terms of accepting that money. And here's what the other person did. The one who gave her $500 immediately picked up another $1,000, two 500 rupees notes, and gave it to her, saying, this is more. I just felt like giving it to you, and that's why I'm giving it to you. Keep it. Now she didn't have to worry about 500. She now had to worry about $1,500. She reached a spot where she just got up and she's walking around and she's moving around and not accepting. This is true for each one of us. While you may be smiling and laughing and wondering, if anybody gives me, I'll take it. It's easy to say, while most of them do struggle with it. The moment we start receiving, we're looking at different ways of paying it back. The only way we should think of paying it back is when you're giving back to your community, society, or the source. I would always say that find a way to give it back to the source rather than finding these humanly ways of doing different things, because we are talking at students. Do the extra work. Why not spend a little extra from your pocket to give to the humanity and the human world? But what about the source? Now, some of you may say, but Sneha, doesn't the source already have everything? Why do I have to give it back? Why do I have to give it back to the God? Why, he gave me everything, so why should I do that? Here's the thing. God is not really looking at, or the source is not really looking at how much you're giving. Okay. It is looking at the attitude that you have. I can give you so many examples of when I did not have a single penny in my pocket and I've received it from God knows where. And I'm pretty sure most of you have had those experiences when you have said that, when I genuinely, desperately need it, it will come. The reason it comes in those moments is because you believe that when I need it genuinely, it will come. And that's the biggest proof that I can give you that your manifestation, your thought process creates your world. And most of the times, that's why we make ourselves reach that place of desperation or necessity to receive the money. Why not change the relationship? Remember, when we change the way we look at things, the things that we look at change. So it is very, very, very important that you have a beautiful relationship with money. And therefore, I'm going to say, I know we are in times of having cards and GPays and not really getting the physical touch. But remember, physical touch creates feelings. Physical touch creates feelings. And therefore, I very strongly recommend that you always have physical money in your wallet, not just the cards, okay? Also, because cards, when they existed or when they began, they actually only had credit cards, which means you had to give that money back. Okay. The second important thing that everyone's wallet should have. Now, this is a check. Can you see it? Okay. You can print it. I can give you a copy of this. Okay. Write down the amount that you want and be able to see it. Okay, you're not asking for any bank, you're not asking for any particular way. What you're doing is you're asking the universe unlimited abundance. You're asking from that. So because it is unlimited, there will always be enough for you. Now, many people say, but Snehal, I don't really believe that writing a check helps. Here's the thing. You have this logical mind which says that writing does not help. You are actually preparing your mind to receive when you keep looking at that check every time. How many of you have felt uncomfortable when you had to go to the bank and withdraw more than required money? Okay, or for some reason, say for example, you're needing for a wedding function and therefore you need to buy something and you have withdrawn a huge amount of cash and you feel very uncomfortable and insecure and worried until that money is either gone or kept in some safe place. My question is, why don't you feel safe around your own money? And then, how do you expect money to come to you? Would any guest come and stay at your place if they don't feel safe, loved, cared for, wanted, and respected? It is the same with energy as well, guys. How do you treat it actually depends on you. So sit down, be in that space, the emotional space of what you want to receive. You can actually even watch videos of, why do I always forget his name? Jim Carrey. Okay. He actually literally wrote down a check and went on looking for the work that he was looking for until he got it and he got paid. Okay. That amount. So affirmations, do they work? Yes, do they? They do, but it is not just about affirmations. It is about incantations. The last 2 days that I've been talking about is your emotional space. And that's when affirmations work as well. I have money, I have money, I have amazing amount of money. I have free flowing money. Money comes to me easily and naturally. Oh my God, they're amazing dialogues. Yeah, I'm going to call them dialogues. Because these affirmations will only work for you when your feelings get associated with it. And therefore, they're called incantations. Incantations happen when you can feel them. And sometimes we're not able to generate that feeling. Say, for example, if you have not seen $1 million, which is a good money, come from a good source, physically, you don't know how it feels like. And therefore, writing this check and creating a physical presence of it in your hand will actually give you that feeling. Okay, everything has a science behind it. Even law of attraction is based on science. Neuro-linguistic programming is based on science. Thoughts, thinking, all of that has a science associated with it. Okay, so go ahead, print that check or design and draw your own check and write it down. The third thing when it comes to money, which I want to share with you, money, abundance, wealth, whatever word you want to associate it with. Okay. I asked you on day one, what's your story? And most of you were busy telling me what your titles were. And here is what I'm going to tell you now to complete your story. So imagine yourself enjoying your life and having everything that you really want, and write down what is that you have. Okay, write it as if you have it, and that is your dream, and that is the story that you're going to walk towards. Our state is the feelings that we create. Now that state needs a story for which it is doing everything that it is doing. So write down what you really want in your life. Okay, here's a simple example. This was my current dream. I'm showing in the wrong place. So I've written it down a small sheet of paper. Okay. And it is in my wallet. Every time I'm touching my money, I'm also looking at this and remembering what did I write and what is it that I'm working towards every single day. So this is an old note. Okay. And it says everything, the amount of money that I earn, how do I do what I do. Okay. So it very clearly says I earn $25,000 a month consistently by doing what I love, living in my own 7-bedroom villa by lakeside, traveling first class, enjoying with my 2 children and my husband Raj, writing international bestsellers and helping sow the seed of abundance in the minds of millions of people. And this is my dream, and that's what I'm going to write. This amount has changed. It began with $5,000 a month. Okay, and it has now changed again, which I will reveal later, but this is what it is. Okay, these are the things that have to be handy so that you can regenerate your emotions every time you want. When you're feeling low, if you're traveling and at times, you get those thoughts that you don't want to have, you can open up your wallet. It's a very tiny note. If you see, it's literally written on this much amount of paper. And behind that paper, if you're wondering what I have, is I've written this very simple thing of who I am. And it says, I'm blessed. And this I learned from Joel Osteen. He says that at the beginning of every sermon that he does, but it's just so catchy. And every word he says is what I want to feel about myself every single day, every single moment. And that is why I actually have this written right in front of me on my wall as well. And that is, I'm blessed, prosperous, redeemed, forgiven, talented, creative, confident, secure, disciplined, focused, prepared, qualified, motivated, valuable, free, determined, equipped, empowered, anointed, abundant, accepted and approved, not average, not mediocre. I am a child of the Most High God, and I will become what I was created to be. I'm trying to, yeah. Please ignore my handwriting. It's not that great, but yeah. All right. So these are a few things that will give us a physical reminder of what we want and what are we working towards. Now, some of you may think, oh my God, I don't believe in these these things of keeping things and so on. Here's the thing. How do you create the physical touch? Remember, thoughts, emotions, actions. For us to do some actions and for us to be in that state of being able to do something begins with feelings and thoughts. And thoughts is something that you've already thought about what you want to do. But how do you generate those feelings? Most of us are not great at visualizing. And therefore, this helps. I am very open about it. For me, visualizing is something that I had to learn and grow with time. I used to not even shop my own clothes for so long or for so many years. Thankfully, having the same partner for so many years, he used to literally just do all the shopping for me. I never went. I don't like trying on dresses and seeing myself. And that is what I used to feel. And therefore, my visual of even seeing me wasn't really great. And I'm pretty sure there are some people here right now listening to me, wondering and associating and thinking, oh yeah, that's me too. I can't imagine, what I would look like if I wear this or that. That is why. And plus, rather than going ahead and studying what kind of person am I visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? Why not just address all three and get the outcome that you want? We don't always have to know and learn everything to get what we want. Sometimes we just got to believe in it and go ahead with it. Okay, so that is about just the basic money for each and every one of us. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about business. Okay, for anyone to be successful in business or entrepreneurship, you got to have an entrepreneurial mindset. What is an entrepreneurial mindset? An entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset who knows and understands that my role in my business or in the entrepreneurship or in any product that I'm giving is to create value for others and generate profits for me. It is as simple as that. Business is all about creating value for others and generating profits for yourself. Do you know that when it comes to businesses and entrepreneurship, okay, 99% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. And out of that 1%, 85% businesses fail after another 5 years. So it is about survival for 10 years for anyone to be successful. The challenge with the new entrepreneurs is they want everything fast and quick. Delayed gratification is kind of missing. But business needs patience. Patience does not just mean waiting. Patience means putting in the massive action, having the attitude of grace, believing that you can and doing everything that you can, and then holding on to wait and see the results. With all the databases that are coming into conversations, most entrepreneurs are so busy in creating their lists and having so many people follow them and be in their contact list and so on. What is really missing is building a relationship, building a connect. Any and every business runs on connect. So if you're a homemaker, your home is your business. You knowing what is happening in every corner of your home, you're having a beautiful relationship with the people who are living at home is your business. So everything comes down to relationships. Anything and everything simply comes down to relationships. Now, when it comes to fulfilling any relationships, understand either there is fear or there is faith. When we have faith, I don't really have to tell you what all is going to happen because we all have been talking about that for last 2 days, and today also I've been talking about it. Jill Bolt Taylor, one of the renowned scientists, I think she was a scientist, yeah. She had a very rare opportunity, okay, of studying herself because she ended up having a stroke where every body function for her stopped working one by one. And then she re-engineered herself and came back to life with everything working again. And she spoke in her book, okay, that people are generally born with 2 fears. And many other sciences also talk about it, that we are born with just 2 fears. Fear number 1 is the fear of falling. And fear number 2 is the fear of loud sounds, okay? While that is true, there are 2 fears that we have created for ourselves. The first fear is I may be left alone and I may not be loved. These are the 2 fears, that hold us back and that do come into our relationships in the way we connect with ourselves or in the way we connect with anyone, including our clients. I'm not enough and I won't be loved. Yes, there would be many who are right now nodding and saying that, I don't care about if anyone loves me or not. Unfortunately, if you're not doing that, then you're probably wondering that you're not enough. Okay, somewhere subconsciously, yes. Would that have been changed for you over a period of time? Yes. But the underlying fears, actually the greater fears that we all have are I'm not enough or I won't be loved. Fear, as you know, and I've probably heard it a lot of times, is false evidence appearing real. Now, don't nod in your mind and say, oh, I know that. Remember, you don't know it until you do it. The only way we can work on any relationships or anything is by working through a space of appreciation. And that's how business runs as well. Business needs just 2 simple things: you knowing who your ideal client is, and 2, you creating a raving fan base of that ideal client. It's the same for a homemaker as well. It's the same for someone who is studying or working as well, for someone else as well. You knowing who are you working really for? And 2, how can you create a raving fan base? Now, hold on. I can see a little bit of resistance there. There are some of you who are wondering, I don't want to be loved by anyone. I don't care. Just accept. What is it about these statements that I'm making that is making you uncomfortable? Where is this resistance coming from? Remember, whenever we are doing any trainings or any learnings related to mindset, you will have your inner self will start surfacing out things that you don't need, and they will start coming out and you'll start feeling it here or here. And if you're feeling them, that is the resistance. Just let it surface, get it out. Rather than pushing away the words that are coming from me, because I promise you what I'm saying is something that you just need to hear. Remember, thoughts are invisible waves. Now, let me tell you this, pain is universal. Will you have pain irrelevant of where you are in your life? The answer is yes, pain is universal. Suffering is a choice. If you choose to suffer, it is you who loves to give reasons rather than being a creator. If you want to know what your life looks like and what your business actually looks like, look around you. Whatever you see around you is a creation that has happened within you. Either it's your fears, your beliefs, your faith, your values that have manifested the way they have manifested. So if you need to clear it, it's up to you to switch on that light in the attic and clear that out for everyone, for yourself in every area of your life. We did do a quick review of each area of our life yesterday. It's time for you to now put that light on each one of these things. Now, one of the questions that I always and almost get, especially when I'm talking about relationships, okay, is, but Snail, why do I need to change? Why can't they change? I'm being so nice, but every time I do this, I still have. You always have focused on that one or two people in your life who have not been that great to you. And that actually changes over a period of time to a way where you start looking at yourself through their eyes, and then you keep looking at yourself from a space of lack, from a space of insufficiency, from a space of you're lesser than something or the other. But if you're here, you're ready for change. If you're listening to me right now at this moment, and if you've reached so far in the conversation of 40 minutes since I started, then you definitely do want to change. But the change will begin from within you. If you see, when I even wrote the title of today's session, it is money, business, and relationships in the center. The relationship is with anyone, the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with your partner or your spouse, or the relationship you have with the rest of the world. It is ideally nothing but a reflection of how you see yourself. When you're in love, the partner that could just make you happy for everything, okay, and whose appreciation just was a cherry on the top and not a necessity. It was something that you got and it made you happy because it was unexpected. Okay. The reason it was unexpected is because you knew your worth, you knew your value, you knew that these things you already have. And therefore, that appreciation actually just added to the feelings that you had. But with time, it became your necessity. If you're not complimenting me, if somebody's not saying good things about me, if you're not appreciating the food that I'm making, earlier you used to say that, that becomes a reason of complaint. Appreciation kills fear and anger. And when you keep doing that of blaming and looking for and wanting the compulsions that you have created, that when I cook, he has to say this. When I dress up, he or she has to say this. When I change my look, or when I, now shave and come, when she looks at me, she has to at least give a smile, blah, blah, blah. Small and tiny things that we start focusing on, which were a gift and a point of appreciation, when they become a necessity or a compulsion, they become the reason of dissatisfaction or complaints. Okay. So in your relationship, when these things start shifting, it's time for you to again go back and gain your own control over yourself. You're definitely worth it. Why do you need a validation from somebody else to tell you you're worth it? You're awesome, amazing, kick-ass, and you can change people's life. You can just, your smile makes so many people's day. Okay. Your child's, your spouses, probably your neighbors, probably just your office staff. You're making somebody's day, you're that worth. Why is it that we're looking for that appreciation every single moment as a validation from outside? And the more you're looking for this validation, the more you're screwing up the relationship with yourself. And when we do that, it starts affecting our relationships at work, at business, at home, and even with our friends, which we had probably for a really long time. Your relationships will decide how money enters your life and um, how business grows. Okay, I just had this thought where I saw a flash of few people who probably were like, I don't have many friends, but I do have money. Okay, I agree. What's the point of you having money if you don't have anyone to spend that on? Okay, what are you going to do with the money once you're gone from this world? Okay, so what really stops people from getting to their dreams is fears. And remember, fear is a false evidence appearing real. How do I work on these two fears that I have? I am not enough and I won't be loved. Work on yourself and your relationship with yourself. You will see your relationship with everyone else changing. Here's one simple example. I don't remember if I gave it yesterday. See, this is you. Okay, we have this tendency. When I'm learning something new, I want everybody at my home also to learn it. When I start a diet, I want everybody at home also to be on diet. So my day one of diet is for me. My day two of diet is for the entire house or family. Okay. When we learn something new, the tendency of sharing that with the world is natural. Okay. But here's the thing. We all love evidences. Unless we have proofs, we don't change. So when this is you, who is continuously telling your partner, children, spouse, or any other friend of yours that you believe whose life will change because of this, okay, you're standing opposite each other. When you are continuously telling, your friend, spouse, partner, friend, acquaintance, whoever it is that you're forcing to learn something that you have learned or change or bring the change that you're bringing in, okay, you both are seeing two different worlds. Can you see? This person is seeing a different view altogether, and this person is seeing a different view altogether. For people to follow you, you got to lead by example, which means you keep changing so much so that the other person is ready to make that shift and walk with you and see the world like you were seeing it. As simple as that. And that will only happen when you focus on your relationship with yourself. I shared a story yesterday on Instagram about how when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. There is a solution and resource within each one of us. Okay. If you want to grow your business, everything starts from the mindset. If you want to make your family a happy home, because home is a feeling, it's my favorite feeling. But if you want to do that, you want to work on yourself first. Is it too hard? Honestly, no. If you make it a game, if you make it a way of being curious, it would not be that hard. And then again, who's deciding if it's hard or easy? My question to you is, how do you want it to be? How do you want the journey of you recreating the relationship with yourself, with the money, with the abundance, with wealth, with family, with friends, with the world, with your followers, with your students, with people who look up to you, with your bosses, with your mentors? How do you want it to be? And where is it going? It can begin with you knowing how do you want it to be. If you say it's going to be hard, Snehal, it's so much work, that's what it's going to be, because that's what you choose it to be. Okay. Choices are yours. The choice number one is you don't have any choice. You just go with life just the way it is going. Choice number two is living in the space of dilemma. Choice number three is your choice. I like the choice number three. Okay. We all are created to be more, know more, do more, create more. The only reason why we don't do it at times is because we wait for an external resource called money. Let me tell you this. As long as you are resourceful and you have all the resources within you, if you're wondering what am I talking about in terms of resources, please go back to yesterday's recording and listen to it again. But all the resources are within you to create what you want to create. And it will get created when you know how do you want to feel about it. So my question to you again is, what is your story that you're telling? Where do you live? What is your emotional space looking like? And in that emotional space, how do you feel about all of these things when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to bills and payments? And what do these words mean to you? Is money hard to earn or is it easy to earn? Does it flow? Do you need to earn the money or do you need to attract the money? These are the questions I'm going to leave you with. I know I've asked a lot of questions, but let them do its job. They will bring in answers to you. If you keep yourselves or stay in an open state of mind, you will receive answers to these questions. Is there a right or wrong? No. Whatever answer comes is going to be the answer that is good for you right now at this moment for your highest good. If you ask this question one more time again after 6 months, you will probably get a different answer because you are a changed you, and what you need then to get from where you are will be different, and therefore the answers would keep changing. So don't worry about, oh my God, earlier though I thought this was the answer. Yes, that is what you needed at that point in time. Okay, so quick recap. Your relationships with money will define how you do in your life. In terms of finances or wealth, okay? Your relationship with yourself will define everything about you and your life. If you are someone who is here right now, wanting for freedom, wanting for control, see, here's the thing, freedom and control are so contradictory words, right? And we want both of them in our life. But freedom is about free flowing. It is about going with the flow. So ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I want the freedom of? Do I want freedom of being myself? Or do I want freedom of having control over the people that I work with and with, so on and so forth? It's very important that we have clarity. Even in the LinkedIn session that we did yesterday, everything came down to clarity. Guys, if you can't see clearly, you will not do anything about it. So does procrastination really exist? Is anyone really lazy? The answer to that is no. What is missing is clarity. When someone knows exactly what they want, why they want, and they feel it, they will do it. So if you are not taking action steps towards certain areas in your life, it is because you still don't know your why. Why do you want to do it? What is it that you really want to feel by getting it? So start asking these questions to yourself, okay? For most of you who are wondering what to do next, okay, and I'm going to be very straightforward out front over here and share. If you are in business and you're wondering, how do I take what I'm thinking and what I'm learning here to the next level so that my business grows, multiplies, and I grow as a person, then you can join in my Right to Abundance program, which starts on 9th of September. It is at 10 a.m. in the morning because it's Fridays. So it is it's at 8 a.m. in the morning, very early in the morning, so that by 9:30, 10, you're done and you can get on with your day, okay? It is for 8 weeks, 8 weeks of power-packed sessions. Can you imagine 90 minutes of a lot more of this and more activities and more real-time work? So that is what the Right to Abundance program is. The fee of that program is 33,333. If you're not an entrepreneur and you want to go with the belief system and edit your belief system because you have written down your beliefs and what to do with it, then I am hosting an NLP program. It's going to be a 24 sessions program, and it's going to start on the 8th of September. It is on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m., 8 to 10 p.m. every week for 24 weeks. And you would learn a lot when it comes to, you remember the technique that we did about breaking the beliefs? That was just one of the techniques of neuro-linguistic programming. But if you want to excel in your life and start living an easy life, start doing things with ease in every area of your life, all those different areas that you noted down, the neuro-linguistic programming is the answer. The certificate that you get for NLP is the US NFNLP certificate, that is National Federation of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, USA, Florida. And you would get a certificate from them as me being your trainer. And the fee for Neuro-Linguistic Programming program is 44,444, okay? Which includes your certificate cost, your registration for NLP with the NFNLP, and so on and so forth, okay? So these are two programs that we are launching. I am doing as the next level for this, both for entrepreneurs and also for those who are not entrepreneurs. So if you want to take and make a shift one step at a time, then this is one way. Else, I am hosting a physical neurolinguistic programming program, 5 days in Pune in the month of October. So if you're someone who's interested, then do let me know and I'll make the arrangements. The fee for that program is going to be 67,000, also because considering the food and all the other resources that need to be served during the entire day for each one of you. All right. So that is that. And for today, I'm going to close just for now here. 11:30, meet me. I promise you, Dr. Batra will add so much of value when it comes to finances and the nuances of it, and how do we, work around it. And evening, we have Madhuri, who is going to share with us how to do storytelling so that you can connect with your audiences. And it is, again, not just for the entrepreneurs, but also for people who work, because you message. Like, I know it's a term that is called messaging today, but you always connect. So if you're always connecting with people and you're communicating, then you want to know what your communication looks like. And Madhuri teaches us about that. So that is what it is for now. And I will meet you at night and we'll close together tonight at a very high energy level. For anyone who is wondering, I didn't expect, Snehal, that you'd be pitching a program. I would say again, this is me asking for my word. And if you felt a little bit of uncomfortable, you're going to feel uncomfortable a lot more times when people ask you for what they think they want. And you may want to ask yourself, where is that resistance coming from? You don't have to enroll for the programs, but you got to be okay with people asking for money so that you can start asking for money as well. All right. Create value, earn profits. Create value, generate profits. Choose the statement. Depending on the statement you choose, you are going to act accordingly. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope today's session was enlightening for all of you. And I will see you at 11:30 in just 90 minutes from now. So I'm going to go grab a quick chai, and see you at 11:30. Love you all. Bye.